This is not a comic story. Your money is. My expensive infant, if you believe in angels, start this video and watch it completely. Angel is talking now. His voice is not in shadows, now not in riddles, now not in desires without difficulty forgotten by morning light. It is clear. It smiles thunder. It smiles right here. You have got requested time and again, Lord, where is my money? What passed off to what I used to be promised? Why am I surrounded by using lack while I was born for abundance? And now, this is not a shaggy dog story. Your cash is under religious assault. Your concept is changed into just bad success. Your concept maybe you miscalculated. Perhaps you failed to plan sufficient. Maybe you were not certified. However, the reality is greater, deeper, greater divine than you ever imagined. This isn't always a financial trouble. That is a spiritual battle. Your cash has been taken, not through chance, but with the aid of a spiritual enemy who is aware of how powerful you become when you're fully resourced. They realize that if your arms ever touch what is genuinely yours, you'll shift entire generations. You'll break curses that have lasted centuries. You may build not just houses, however, healing facilities, legacies, freedom partitions. And so, the enemy has tried to postpone, deny, distract, and detour everything related on your monetary launch. Open your ears now. That is the moment the whole lot changes. You've prayed enough. You've got fasted. You've waited. You've cried by myself in silence. You've got watched others get blessed even as you saved quiet, trusting that heaven was preparing something for you too. And now it is here. This isn't always a message to make you sense true. This is a divine unveiling. A mystery from heaven supposed handiest for those whose spirit has been groaning with unanswered questions. You are not broke because of laziness. You are not struggling due to incompetence. There was a force working behind your back, manipulating, stealing, blocking. But, I noticed it. And that I permitted move for a season because I needed you to develop a warrior's faith. This isn't a comic story. Your cash is about to be transferred supernaturally. No, it's going to not come through the same channels you expected. That became the hassle. You had been seeking out it inside the familiar. However, this blessing is simply too massive to come back through everyday routes. It is going to be divine. It's going to experience surprising. It's going to come in approaches that make humans whisper your call with awe and confusion. A few will say to procure lucky. A few will assume you compromised. Some will claim it makes no feel. But you will understand it turned into God. Due to the fact inside the nighttime of your spirit, He came to you. In moments no person noticed. He marked your name. While the angels had been assigning scrolls, your name became whispered with reverence. Due to the fact they noticed what you continued. They saw the nights you desired to stop. They watched you convey hope with bleeding arms. And heaven said, "This one is prepared." Launch the vault. There's a vault inside the religious realm with your name on it. It isn't a metaphor. It is not symbolic. It's miles actual. Angels have guarded it for years. Every time you made the proper decision, even if it price you, some other piece of gold was added. On every occasion you forgave in preference to seeking revenge, a treasure changed into saved. Whenever you chose integrity over opportunity, heaven wrote your call in bolder letters. And now God says, the vault is being opened. But first, He need to let you know the fact. Your money was stolen. No longer as soon as. No longer twice. Over and over once more. With the aid of folks who smiled on your face. By using institutions that seemed honest. With the aid of spirits that connected themselves for your bloodline. You inherited a spiritual put-off. This is why each time cash comes close to, something abnormal happens. Emergencies appear. People betray you. Opportunities vanish. But God says the curse is being broken. The delay is demise. The thief has been exposed. This is not a joke. Your money is tied on your cause. That is why the assault becomes so vicious. You idea it become about paying payments. God saw it changed into approximately building countries. You thought you just wanted more money. God noticed you as a financier of freedom. There are humans you haven't even met but whose lives will alternate whilst your wealth is released. It is why the enemy fought so hard. Because whilst you rise, complete chains break. Generational chains. Cultural chains. Economic chains. The time is now. Now, not next 12 months. No longer sooner or later. Now. But here's the part you must apprehend. This economic launch isn't always passive. You ought to be spiritually awake. You must act. You have to obey commands even if they make no feel. Because this blessing can be attracted for your obedience. It is already prepared. It's already released. But the portal to receive it'll only open whilst you circulate by religion. Concentrate carefully. Within the subsequent 72 hours, there can be a check. Something will seem small, insignificant. Perhaps a phone call. Perhaps a task provide. Maybe a stranger's advice. It might not appear religious. However, it will likely be the divine doorway. If you ignore it, you can put off this financial shift another season. However, in case you obey, even in confusion, your existence will alternate so fast, you will surprise if you're dreaming. This is how God works. He hides abundance interior obedience. He masks miracles inside mundane moments. Don't miss the sign. This isn't a funny story. Your cash isn't gone. It has been hidden. For protection. Like Moses in the reeds. Like Joseph in the jail. Like Jesus within the tomb. Hidden, but now not misplaced. behind schedule, but now not denied. And now the season of hiding is over. The time of revelation is here. Your cash is waking up. Your destiny is respiration once more. Your calling is being resurrected. And what's coming is going to sense like divine vengeance. You will obtain sudden messages. Emails you forgot approximately. Refunds you in no way claimed. Opportunities that had been buried. Individuals who owe you will suddenly experience convicted. Individuals who mocked your struggles can be compelled to witness your rise. However, God says, do no longer get conceited. This isn't approximately revenge. This is approximately recuperation. He's returning the entirety. With hobby. With power. With divine timing. There might be a moment soon in which you may have a look at your bank account and cry. Not because of the variety, however, due to the adventure. You'll do not forget the nights you cried with zero to your pocket. The days you skipped food to live to tell the tale. The moments you felt forgotten. And you may whisper, thanks, God. No longer because of money, but due to evidence. Evidence that He never forgot you. Proof that the promise become actual. Evidence that He in no way forgot you. Proof that your pain had motive. This isn't a comic story. Your cash is coming with a message. And the message is, you were chosen. You have been no longer loopy. You were now not imagining matters. You have been underneath assault for a reason. You were proficient, even when you had been broke. You were anointed, even when you had been abandoned. And now, the season of, no longer enough, is ending. Permanently. Do not look for small benefits. Expect floods. Assume abundance. Assume acceleration. Expect humans to call you loopy while you inform them the way it came about. Count on God to expose off. Because this blessing isn't just for you. It is for all people connected to you. Your call is becoming a sign in the spirit. A lighthouse for those lost in economic despair. A testimony that God nonetheless restores. You may not need to beg anymore. You may not should borrow. The times of scraping through are over. The heavens have declared a monetary launch over your existence. And when God speaks, the whole lot obeys. The banks. The structures. The algorithms. The humans. The whole thing is aligning. Because your obedience has reached heaven's ears. And heaven is now responding with thunder. In case you'd want to donate or show your appreciation, you could supply a remarkable thank you up to $100. You are about to be celebrated by using the very people who doubted you. You're about to walk in rooms that after neglected your voice. And you will do it without pleasure. Due to the fact you may are aware of it become by no means about you. It turned into about God's glory shining through you. Prepare your files. Get your affairs in order. Clean your area. Organize your bills. Due to the fact what is coming isn't a drop, It's a deluge. God isn't freeing barely enough. He's releasing overflow. Now not so you can boast, however so you can bless. You're about to grow to be the answer to a person else's prayer. You're about to finance visions, build dreams, heal wounds with resources. Once more, this is not a comic story. Your cash is coming. However, best in case you concentrate. Only in case you pass. Best in case you say yes. Yes to the unknown. Sure to the whisper. Yes to the moment that feels too small to be counted, but is honestly the gateway to everything you've got waited for. The angels have already been dispatched. Your name is written on scrolls of gold. The vault is open. And heaven is watching. Will you trust? Will you act? Or will you omit it? The choice is yours. However, the blessing is already right here. This isn't a funny story. Your money is being watched over by using fingers unseen, preserved by way of grace you cannot but see. However, now, the winds are transferring, and that I need to communicate clearly. What has been behind schedule is about to be launched. What turned into stuck is ready to transport. What turned into locked is about to open. What became hidden is being revealed. Yes, this isn't always a shaggy dog story. Your cash isn't misplaced. It's far preserved in a realm you should attain by way of faith. Do no longer concentrate to the voices of fear that whisper. It's over. Do not permit hopelessness preserve your tongue. You ought to upward thrust now in prayer and in religion, due to the fact the movement has all started. For too lengthy, the burdens have pressed upon your coronary heart. You have puzzled why matters have been tight, why doorways seem close, and why each attempt regarded to meet a wall. You checked out your palms and requested, why have they constructed nothing lasting? You prayed with tears, and nonetheless, the solution did not come in the manner you expected. However, I'm now not a God who abandons prayers. I am not deaf on your whispers in the night. Every seed you've got sown in honesty, every labor you have got achieved with a natural coronary heart, every silent prayer for breakthrough, I've accrued them all. And that I say again, this is not a funny story. Your cash is marked by way of my hand. There's a shift going on. It is close to. You aren't cursed. You aren't deserted. You aren't unfortunate. What you're is included. What you're is selected. What you're is next in line for launch. There are things shifting proper now for your behalf which you cannot see. You could feel delayed, however you are not denied. I am breaking through the ceiling over your existence. I'm unraveling the knots that held your resources again. I'm assigning divine arms to open doors that were shut for seasons. And you'll look again and understand why it took the time it did. You will see that I used to be retaining you from stepping into a blessing you had been not prepared to preserve. However, now, I declare, you're getting into the season of release. You must accept as true with me now greater than ever. You need to not let anxiety rule your mind. You must now not allow frustration to choke your religion. Trust isn't always passive. It's far energetic. It prays. It broadcasts. It actions. Your voice ought to start to align with your religion once more. Communicate life. Speak provision. Speak abundance. I'm no longer asking you to apprehend every detail. I'm asking you to consider that I do. I am asking you to lean on me while you do not see the outcome yet. This is in which your miracle lives. Inside the unseen religion that refuses to let go even in silence. Sure, this message is for you. You are not reading this with the aid of twist of fate. Your spirit was drawn right here because your breakthrough is close to. There are humans assigned to bless you. There are doors that were once closed, now swinging open. There are opportunities you by no means implemented for that are approximately to locate you. There may be debts to you this is returning. There are surprises that I've organized for the faithful coronary heart that kept praying even if not anything regarded to shift. I am rewarding patience, and I'm honoring obedience. This is the season I flipped the script in your desire. I see the stress in your thoughts. I see how you've cried in secret. I saw the moments while you sat on my own and idea, perhaps I'm the hassle. I heard you when you stated, God, are you even listening? And still, I remained near. Even in silence, I used to be near. Even in postpone, I used to be running. Even if it felt like I forgot, I was making ready. My love for you has never modified. My surrender your life has never lifted. My eyes have never grew to become far away from your pain. And now I say to you, relaxation assured, not anything will go wrong with you. You are secure. You're shielded. You are blanketed. You simply need to believe me and pray to me, and I can stroll you through this. They stated it turned into over for you. They mocked your faith. They judged your journey. However, I did not neglect. I noticed what they stated, and I heard what they didn't say. I saw your resilience, even if it becomes susceptible. I saw your electricity, even when you didn't sense it. And now, I'm going to expose them what happens while a toddler of mine holds on. I will lift you up. I'm able to set a desk earlier than you in the sight of people who notion your harvest could in no way come. I'm able to repair what became taken. I can multiply what turned into misplaced. I can prefer that they can't prevent. I can increase you up no longer to shame them, but to glorify my call through your lifestyles. Don't look at your financial institution account. Examine me. Don't degree with the aid of what you spot in numbers. Degree with the aid of what I have stated in spirit. Your cash is set to multiply in ways you could by no means set up to your personal. You're not far. You're near. But this subsequent step requires attention. Shut the noise out. Flip your coronary heart absolutely in the direction of me. Start to speak for your budget. Begin to talk on your destiny. Start to speak for your provision. Heaven listens whilst religion talks. And proper now, I'm bending low to hear what you will say. Your words be counted now greater than ever. Talk hope. Communicate lifestyles. Talk overflow. You aren't broke. You aren't forgotten. You aren't small. You aren't remaining. You are first in line for this next circulate of blessing. What I do for your lifestyles may be simple. Humans will say, "How did this occur?" And you may reply, "God." Because it might be clean that no human hand should have orchestrated this turnaround. This isn't a shaggy dog story. Your money is about to shift. You should live equipped. Stay prayerful. Live obedient. There's a door. It has your name on it. It's far being unlocked. There may be a connection that's approximately to attain now to you. Don't ignore the promptings on your spirit. Do not second guess what feels right for your heart. That quiet voice may know. It's me. That idea that continues coming lower back. It's from me. That person for your mind. I placed them there. Follow me now, and I can lead you to the area in which the resources were hidden. Ultimately, God is exposing what has been conserving your provision back. I'm revealing the delays. I am revealing the distractions. I'm revealing the false tales you've got been advised approximately your worth. You idea you were disqualified. You notion it become too past due. But I'm the only who qualifies. I'm the only who redeems time. I am the one who turns the clock to your prefer. I'm exposing the lies that told you you'll never have enough. I am replacing them with reality. You may no longer just have sufficient. You may have extra than enough. Overflow is coming. Growth is coming. Abundance is coming. No longer with the aid of pressure. No longer by worry. But via religion and obedience. You are not in this alone. My angels stroll beside you. My spirit surrounds you. My word covers you. My promises nonetheless stand. I'm the equal yesterday, nowadays, and these days. And forever. And what I stated over your life, I can fulfill it. You will lack nothing. You will stroll in peace. You'll walk in provision. The battle isn't your identity. The hardship isn't always your destiny. The shortage is not your future. Prosperity is your component, now not just monetary, but emotional, spiritual, and relational. You will thrive in every way. This isn't always a shaggy dog story. Your cash is set to happen. Your breakthrough is close to. Do no longer flip back now. Do no longer allow discouragement win. Do no longer permit the put-off define you. You're nearly there. You are on the threshold of what you've got prayed for. Agree with me one greater time. Pray one greater time. Reward one more time. Reward one greater time. Watch what I do subsequent. It's going to wonder you. It'll crush you. It will glorify me. Your loved one, sure, the one you cry for in silence, is kneeling underneath the weight of a secret that turned into in no way intended to reach your ears. But I, the Lord your God, see the entirety carried out in silence and hidden locations. I see the trembling in their arms whilst your call is spoken. I see the sleepless night, that tries to cover tracks, and the manner they have a look at you with guilt veiled as affection. They love you, however worry has gripped them. They may be terrified of dropping you more than they are scared of losing themselves. But they do no longer realize that I, God, am no longer the author of confusion. What is hidden ought to be revealed. What is covered in shadows have to be brought into the light, not to disgrace you, however to set you loose. You have been not created to stay within the midst of secrets. You are no longer positioned on this earth to wander blindly at the same time as the hearts closest to you play a silent game at the back of your back. Day after today morning, they both have become deeper into something they cannot undo, and that they do not want you to realize, no longer due to the fact they wish to shield you, but because they worry what your reality will do to their consolation. They fear the consequence of mild, but I'm now not letting this continue to be buried. I am calling you presently. Open your spirit to this fact. You've got seen signs, repeated desires, quiet warnings that made your heart race. These are not injuries. I, the Lord, were talking. And now am I say, no greater silence. The affection you have is real, however the basis is being shaken. And it is not your fault.